Hey guys, 2G Bam, and welcome to this episode of Dair Down. We're going to be going through a lot of stuff today. Of course, the latest news coming out in the Smash 4 universe, and exclusive interview with TSM's own Zero. So, don't go anywhere, guys. We're going to start off strong here with the Vault. And hey guys, welcome to the Vault, and let's go right into it. First topic of the day, of course, we had an exciting weekend of Smash 4, starting that off with Midwest Mayhem Saga. Had a ton of crazy upsets there, a lot of capable players, and we even had, of course, one of Midwest's own also get up there in that top 8. But let's go ahead and take a quick look at what happened this past Saturday. And yeah, that, like I said before, man, that one was definitely for the history books. Of course, TSMZero is going to come out on top, right over Tweek. Tweek's going to bow out at second place, and pretty damn good, especially in the fact that this man had just been picked up. But of course, let's go into on the other side, man. Let's talk about in Tokagi 2017, where we had Nairo, who was actually the victor here, right over Ken. What many consider right now to be the best Sonic in the business. Let's go check that out real quick. Yeah, and definitely a solid tournament there too. Of course, loaded with some of the greats that you couldn't expect from Japan. And it was very interesting because even though we had a lot of foreign, like, top level talent out there, you know, Ken, of course, was able to still bring the grand finals, go up Nairo, and only one who was able to beat him there, man. But, you know, enough about that. Let's talk about this, man. And this is something that's dear to me. Haven't seen this guy in a very, very long time. I'm so excited he's back. We're talking about the World Warrior himself, Trela. Trela was able to close it out, of course, at the tournament out there in Texas, ARFI. But most importantly, this guy went up and defeated the Genesis 4 champion, MK Leo. Let's go take a look at that.
Oh, Leo.
Wow, he just ran up? He just ran up?
He just ran up and did it. Trela dropped shield.
That was either a really hard read or just something really risque. So we're going to see how's MK Leo going to get back. Oh, no, you can't shield that.
He might die.
Oh, my goodness. I can't. What? This is MK Leo right now.
It's all the woozy world and all that.
Oh my goodness.
He's just calling out everything that Leo's doing. Oh,
no!
Oh, God.
Oh! Man, absolutely ridiculous. Like I said, man, this guy is the pinnacle of the World Warrior. And we've had a lot of Ryus kind of rise once again. And it's so great that they're actually kind of the the leader of them all, Trela, has actually been stepping into the fray again. And of course, he hasn't lost a step. But let's talk about in terms of capable players. Of course, Phoenix 1 was able to go ahead and sign Tweek. Congratulations to him, and he was playing absolutely astonishing when it came out to Midwest Mayhem Saga. Let's take a quick look at this man.
Look at that, Tweek up on the chair. He almost trips, but he manages to keep it together. Good job, Phoenix 1 Tweek moves on to the winners finals. He's gonna have to face the winner of Zero and Larry Lur, is it? Wow, congratulations. Komori Kiri sent to the losers bracket.
Of course, we just saw him there hugging out his coach for the evening, Captain Zach, who definitely helped him out and made sure that this man started off nicely, right hot off his new sponsorship with a second place finish. Congratulations to him. But of course, let's go into one of the major reveals at the end of Midwest Mayhem Saga, and that is, of course, Civil War. Now, we just had the roster going on, and people asking, they wanted to know who was Team Ally, who was Team Zero. And now here we have it. We actually have a full-fledged roster out for everybody. Of course, we got Zero, Foe on this team. The man, the myth, the legend. Then we have Trela, the World Warrior, who we just talked about. Hot off. Oh my gosh, I can't even speak when I think about this man. But hot off the way that he's been playing out there with that Ryu up against MK Leo. Then you have Anti, of course, the truth. This guy's been running with him a long time. CEO champion, Komori Kiri, of Tunji's finest. Void, Larry Lur, Renai, Nairo, and of course, his friend, as he put it himself, MK Leo is going to be rounding out Team Zero. Now, of course, a lot of people are looking at the team and they're just like, okay, that's an easy win. That's free. It's a wash. It's done. Civil War is already over before it begun. But let's take a look at Team Ally. So Ally is going to go off with DeBuzz. Now, DeBuzz is someone who has always been consistent. And last time we saw this man in a crew battle, this man was taking obscene amounts of stocks. So I'm not too sure this is as easily as a wash as people think. Then we're going to be looking at Abadongo. Abadongo, obviously, very, very talented player. He's been utilizing that Mewtwo, and of course, Meta Knight, who can definitely be a very strong character in the right hands in the scope of a crew battle. Then we're looking at Mr. R. Again, consistency. Mars, very, very talented. Plays a little different than Nairo as well. So he's definitely someone who's going to be able to bring some kind of new tools. One of the more kind of fresher playstyles that we've seen. So I do think that's going to be harder to adapt to when you're looking at in terms of a crew format. Then we're looking at it Kameme. Again, very unique character. That one may be difficult. They do have Larry Lur on Team Zero. And as far as I'm concerned, I know that's usually a fairly easy win for him. But if they're not able to have that kind of counterpick, we could see Kameme doing a lot of damage there. Then, of course, we have Zenodo. This guy, always a solid, one of the true pioneers of Diddy Kong. Then Mr. E, guys, the Fiend, one of the best Mars along MK Leo. Definitely has a very fast-paced style. Again, someone who I think that is going to be hard to actually adapt to when you're going into a kind of crew format. Of course, we have Ned, who did ridiculously well in Midwest Mayhem Saga. And then last but not least, we have Pink Fresh, a Bayonetta, a top Bayonetta. It's always nice to have on the team. But that's going to go ahead and round it out for the Civil War roster. And of course, that means that's the end of this vault. Let's go ahead on to that interview with TSM Zero to see what he has to say about what's going on in Smash 4. Hey guys, welcome back, and we're here doing the Final Destination segment, and I am joined by none other than TSM Zero. Zero,
how's it going, my man?
How you doing, man? Are you ready for Midwest Mayhem?
I'm ready. I mean, I learned a lot from Genesis. I learned a lot from what happened at the event, and I think after that crazy losers bracket run, I think I learned a little bit more about myself, and I'm less afraid of failure. I'm less afraid of losing. I have more resources now to employ to my competitive endeavors, and I'm feeling good about this one. Maybe in the sense, not in terms of the game, like, oh, I found something crazy that makes me 10 times better, but more so like I mentally feel like it's fine, you know.
Oh, so you feel like this is time. Like you're in a good place, like right now.
Yeah.
You move forward, go to that next level.
Yeah, I think so.
See, that's the thing I love about you, man. Because I feel there's a lot of people out there where, I mean, obviously, you're still like announced by everyone, like you are the best. And I think sometimes a lot of people just think there's the best and then the end. That's it. Like that you are the most by. But I love that you being in that kind of position, you're like, okay, there's so much more where I can grow. There's so much like just everywhere in the spectrum Smash where I can get better and improve.
The way I see competitive Smash right now is kind of like home run contest.
Yeah.
Where like you keep batting the sandbag as far as you can, you know, and you set a new record, and everyone's trying to get that new record. But then, while everyone's trying to beat your previous record, you're already trying to set a new one. You know, that's kind of how it's always been for me. You know, so. You know, I've had times where like people have been catching up dangerously close. Yeah. And I think times when I gotta get a lead back up. You know, I felt like last year around like the end of the year, I felt like I managed to pull a nice lead on everyone. Yeah. But now things have started to get a little bit closer, so I have to like either put more effort, be smarter about my effort, or just find a new way to put effort. But
true.
Something I gotta do. But I feel like it's interesting. I feel like it's really cool the fact that competition took me like this far. Yeah. Still doing the same thing, but I think I'm ready.
It's good, man. That's all I like to hear, man. Like you said, I love that analogy, like about just like the home run back contest. Like just like, okay, everyone's trying to chase that, like my previous score. I'm trying to get the next one. Like you said, people are coming close, but you went in the lab, you optimized those Z drops. Like you were trying to move forward in that capacity. So I love that, man.
Absolutely.
But yeah, we're gonna have you here today, and I know there's a lot of people. Like, of course, Midwest Mayhem Saga, it's going to be great. Mm-hmm. But right after, we're going to go into Civil War. And that is something that a lot of people have been waiting for quite some time. Mm-hmm. How do you feel kind of like moving forward into that stage? I think it's a big one for Smash as a whole. Because a lot of people don't just see it as just this one kind of, just whatever. It may be just like a major or like a tier 1 event or something. A lot of people see it like it could be something that can change the entire landscape. Smash 4. So how do you feel about that?
The way I see it is that I think Civil War is trying to do something that no other Smash event and Smash 4 at least has tried to do, which is create a storyline. Yeah. This is the big first event that we're trying to give a fully fleshed story to this event. There's a lead up, there's a situation, there's a story, there's something that people can follow up, there's sides that people can pick, and that creates a whole new level of interaction with the spectators, the viewers, the players, because Civil War found a way to be involved with everyone that enjoys competitive Smash 4, whether you're a top player, whether you're watching at home, or whether or not you're at the event. You have ways of being there and being part of the experience. It's an involving experience, and I think that's really important. The thing that has me, I guess, the most concern is that, well, obviously, I want to win the event. Team Zero, all the goddamn way. But what's important to me is that I want to show people, because one thing I always hear is that, the Smash 4 doesn't have that interesting storyline. One thing, or like, Smash 4 personalities are not that entertaining, or they don't have that much story. And the way I feel about that is that I disagree. I don't think there's a lack of story. I think there's a lack of coverage to what we have. And the way I see it is that I think we have a lot to say. I think we have a lot to interact. I think we have some great people that can promote and can create some really good content. And I'm just excited to have an avenue to do this with everyone. Civil War is to create an opportunity for all of us to do something different. And you know what? I just want to bring a really good event for everyone. Beyond just focusing on trying to win or trying to, get that first place, the trophy, whatever. This is something that's like a personal mission to me, that I want to make this different. And I think that's what matters to me. I think that's one of the most important things that we as a community should focus on. That this is something a little different than the other tier 1 events.
Okay. No, I like that, man. I like that. So like just said, it's like people have been talking, but people haven't been able to listen. But now the mic is here, and so this is a place where people can stand up and say what they want to say, whether it's through playing Smash, how they act on the big stage, anything. This is the time to showcase what Smash 4 is all about.
Yeah, and I feel like Smash 4 it's just different than Melee. It's like people, obviously we Melee's are so older brother, or older sister, whatever you want to go call it, but it's a game where we're both part of the Smash community. We are the Smash community, but at the same time, we have our different communities and we have our different stories and we have our different players, and I think it's important for us to understand that, and it's important for us to make our own progress, make our own steps, you know, go up our own set of stairs, you know. I feel like we've grown, we've learned, we've taken notes of what they've done for years. They've given us tremendous support, you know, allowing us to be part of all the different events that they host. So obviously Melee has been very, very nice about everything. You know, the community, the Melee community, the heads that run the Melee community have been very generous with Smash 4, and I think it's time for us to learn the tools that they have given us and allow us to do our own thing.
And I love that you talk about that, because I do feel that a lot of times people, they don't realize that, of course, you're going to go through your own experiences and gain things, but the beautiful thing about, not even just in terms of like being Smash or whatever, but being people, is that you can take from other people's experiences and apply that to yourselves, and you can grow simply by acknowledging what they've done and what they've gone through. And like you said, there's a lot that we can do about that in terms of the community when it comes to Melee. And they've done a lot of things, Melee community. We appreciate you guys. You guys have done a lot, like you said, and now we're in a place where we can set our own path and kind of move forward there. So
before we didn't have the tools, but now we've learned how to use the tools, and we have tools. So then we have to use them now. It's a point where we have to use them. We can't just rely on something else at this point. We have to make our own path. I think that's important.
Yeah, absolutely. So how do you feel about the Smash 4 metagame as a whole, though? Like, how do you feel like everyone's gone to? I feel like a lot, when initially people were playing, it's like everyone's kind of still in like the brawl phase, where like obviously there's some similarities there, and so a lot of people are just like, okay, I'm gonna take these fundamentals, I'm gonna just transplant this onto this whole system. But I feel like now people are starting to drift towards playing Smash 4, and like what I said, that like off the top of my head, like just conversions, you know, the kind of conversions that we see from a lot of people, the technical play we see like from people like, of course, like your former roommate CLG Void, like the way that he plays. Even the other day we had Zenu. And Zenu, just kind of how he plays Mario and the technical aspect you see, which is kind of a departure from how some of the other people have been playing. So how do you feel about where the game's going? How do you feel about kind of like the character selection overall?
I think people have started to really grown accustomed to what the game is, what the matchups are. You know, like maybe 2 years ago, if I were to ask somebody, hey, you know, what do you think about the matchup Shulk Dr. Mario? Then, you know, you have no idea, you know. But then now if I ask someone, you know, I know myself, for example, you know, Shulk Dr. Mario is a matchup where like Shulk has a pretty big advantage, you know, for example. So we just know the game so much more now. I think the metagame has shifted quite a bit. I think the metagame is different from what it was. I think the metagame, like, let's say, I think the metagame took a change around Zero Saga, and then it's like on a new phase. And I feel like before Zero Saga, there was like a change between, I will say, around Super Smash Con. Like around Super Smash Con until like Big House. Until like after Big House, it was like another metagame. The metagame constantly changes because it's, for example, I think the first thing that changed a lot is how people perceive Marth. You know, Marth went from being a character, because I remember at some point I said, you know what, I think way before Leo started winning events, I said, you know what, I think Marth is top tier. And I even said I think he can be higher, but we'll see what results. You know, obviously Marth did quite damn well. You know, so I
kind of good.
You know, I feel pretty comfortable putting Marth like a top 5 in the game. To be honest, I think he's just that good. You know, other characters like Lucario, we've seen, you know, that they're able to do a lot given the right circumstances. You know, I think he's also rose up to be a top tier character. I think Villager fell off a little bit. You know, people started figuring out that Renai is very godlike, but at the same time, there's a lot of really bad matchups for Villager, like Cloud and Bayonetta.
True.
You know, DLC is pretty ugly to Villager. You know, we've seen that there's characters like Captain Falcon that have a lot of bad matchups, but at the same time, you know, people have been employing and optimizing, you know, footstool combos and different combos that give Falcon an even greater punish game, so then he's able to contest harder matchups more now because he has to win less neutral exchanges.
Exactly.
You know, and then there's characters like Mario, you know, who people didn't think he was that good, you know, but Mario has consistently done well at tournaments. You know, he's consistently been in the top 16 and the top 8 of tournaments thanks to Ally and Entai. But at the same time, you know, you also see Zenu doing really well in his own right, you know. So Mario has also proved himself, you know, as a really strong character. People thought Sheik fell off, but you know, you always see at least one of the Sheik players, you know,
always there.
in top 8, top 5, top 3, you know. Sheik is just always there around. You know, Fox established himself as like, you know, like pretty much a top 5 character at this point. You know, there's a lot of different things that got established at this point. I think most top players agree that Bayonetta is the best. In terms of how the game is played right now, I think the game took a change to be more defensive. I think the game is much more defensive than it was a few months ago. And I say this not because people are purposely camping now, but I think people are actually just trying to play to win now. I think people are, I feel like some top players are done kind of like trying to make things their own way or trying to like play to a way they don't feel like, oh, you know, they're trying to just play to win. You know, I feel like at this point players are like, you know what, this is a bad matchup, or you know what, this matchup's only good if I play this way. And people are starting to say, you know what, there's a circuit, there's money now, you know, I got sponsored, yada yada, you know, now I have to win.
Yeah, it's real.
So that now you have to play to win. There's no you know, character pride, you know, things that, you know, top players used to stick by, you know, like, oh, I'm not gonna play a certain way because I don't want to like be boring to the fans. You know, those things are not as relevant anymore to a lot of them because they realize the importance of winning, and they realize that, you know, sometimes you gotta play a certain way. You know, and that's just how it is, that's how the game is. So that's important. And for example, I remember when I played ESA at Genesis 4. You know, ESAM's a very reckless player. You know, he doesn't. You know, he doesn't camp. You know, he just kind of launches himself into his opponent, and he doesn't care too much. Well, guess what? Genesis ESAM was trying to time me out. Doesn't that sound?
Time out ESAM?
Yes, he actually tried. He actually, every time he had a lead, he actually did not approach me at all. Wow. For like, you know, I tested his patience. You know. Yeah. And then he didn't care.
He didn't care?
Yeah, and in my head I'm like, wow, I'm playing like ESAM 2.0 because ESAM back in the day will not do that.
Yeah, he would never do that.
No, but then I saw ESAM, this is loser's bracket, this is it. He wants to win. This is it. You know, there's no games. Yeah, that's what I mean. So I feel like everyone's just kind of like understanding and using that more. The game is more defensive because people have gotten so optimal with like combos and whatnot, you know, that like every character, if they get a setup on you, it's just dangerous. You can lose, so you can die. You can take massive amount of damage. You know, you can just lose a stock really quick, lose the lead. A lot is optimized from one hit. Like we went from like having 1-2 hit combos to having like footstool combos with 10 hits. You know, having like people have infinites. You know, there's a lot of stuff that's new in the game. Punishes have gotten really heavy, so obviously people are gonna be more defensive around that.
True. No, yeah, true. You know, you're absolutely right. It's like it's crazy because like. Of course, it's gonna be a direct consequence, and like you said, man, like it's not just in terms of inside the game, but there's also those external influences, like you said. Like, people gotta eat. Like you gotta eat. Like you gotta put food on the table now. So you can't just be like, oh yeah, man, I'm gonna rock. You know, I'm gonna rock Jigglypuff till I die. Like it's not that world anymore. No. Like you, if you want to win, you gotta win. You know, and you gotta optimize your chances in winning. Of course, you gotta find a character that fits with your playstyle. You know, you can't just pick like any random run-of-the-mill character just because the character's good. You know, there's got to be some kind of combination there.
For example, I think Bayonetta is the best character in the game, but I think me playing Bayonetta is really difficult because Bayonetta just doesn't sync with me as a Smash player. You know, Cloud is very strong, but he syncs with me as a Smash player. You know, I feel comfortable playing Cloud. You know, Bayonetta may be stronger than Cloud, but at the same time, she doesn't click with me on the same level, you know? True. So, you know, you can't force yourself to play characters even if they're better than your current ones. I feel like there's top players that can learn any character, but there's some characters that are just not meant to be played for certain people. You know, they just don't click with them. For example, do you see? All right, I'm gonna give you this random example.
Okay, all right.
Do you see Salem playing with Diddy Kong? Hell no, right?
No.
But you see him playing with Sheik, right?
No.
You don't see him playing with Sheik?
Oh, Salem and Sheik?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see him playing Sheik.
Yeah, because you know, he's stylish, you know, moving around.
Control, yeah.
But Diddy Kong?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No. Do you see like Renai playing Cloud? No, right?
Dude, that would.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like, just think of that. That's so weird. To
Do you see Ally playing Sheik?
Come on, man. When you can't out smash, come on, dude.
Do you see Michigan playing 067?
You'd be upset.
A high risk, high reward character. No, you know. But obviously, you see Nara playing like Zeus. You know, you can tell. You can.
Oh
see
yeah,
it.
that's
you know, everyone picked their mains based on like kind of who they are. So you can't just force yourself. You know, like I can see Michigan like pick Bayonetta, for example. I can see him playing Bayonetta. I can see him playing Cloud. I can see him playing Mario.
I'm actually surprised that he doesn't play Bayonetta. That's something I've always been surprised about. I understand why he's playing Cloud, but I've always thought that
he likes.
If
he just
taken
likes
the time. He would.
He likes swords too much.
Yeah,
that's just what it is.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it'd be nice to see him, like, see what he would do with that character. I think that
He's trying to pick up Marth.
Is he? Mm-hmm. Ooh, that'd be nice.
I mean, I don't think he will though, cause he says that playing the same characters in
in a different games, right?
It will mess him up.
I've heard him say that before. Yeah, but we'll see. We know, but absolutely, like you said, like there's a combination of in terms of where the character is in tier, but also kind of like character, player like synchronization. Like the character has to sync with you. You have to be a character that you feel comfortable with, and where you can actually be kind of more natural in terms of exploring the character and what you do with the character and feel fluid.
Yeah, he has to feel good. The character has to feel good in your hands from like the get-go.
Yeah.
It's kind of like putting on a shoe. If you don't like the shoe from the very beginning, then you can't use it.
Can't walk in that.
You can force yourself to you be in a shoe that's smaller or bigger. You can make it work for like momentarily, but not all the time. That's not gonna feel good. It's the same thing with your character.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So one final question before we get into it.
Okay.
All right, and I'm gonna talk about your boy Pierce.
Okay.
So I know Pierce is working with you now, trying to help like elevate your game, and and you guys are moving forward with that. How do you feel like that is going to? Because I think that by you doing so, I think that's also going to set a precedence for Smash 4.
Okay.
I think that we're probably going to see a lot more kind of coaches pop up and like do these kind of things. So how do you feel that's going to change where things are? Do you think that people are gonna like just kind of get better exponentially? Do you think that there's gonna be people out there who are gonna take the time to do so, that they're gonna see like, okay, this is serious, this is what I need to do? Do you think some people will be like, I don't care, and then like all of a sudden when they get blown up, like, well, how do you feel like it's gonna go, like, and do you think there's gonna be a paradigm shift amongst kind of like top level players such as yourself?
Well, everyone's gonna be different. Some top players are too prideful to admit that they need help. That's just what it is. Some top players, are way too prideful to realize that they do make mistakes and they can get help from outside sources. I mean, I've been ranked first for 2 years in a row. So, but at the same time, I know I am aware of all the mistakes that I do, both inside the game and outside the game, and I do know that it's important for me to get every single tool that I can to win. So if I do think, that me, having a coach will help me win, be damn bet. I'm gonna
do it.
I'm getting a coach.
Yes, sir.
That's just what it is.
Yeah.
I think that some people will be too prideful and they won't get one. Maybe they'll change their mind if there's a precedent. Some people will view it as a threat. They'll try to discredit coaching. They'll try to say like, oh, it should be better than the rules went on. There's gonna be some people doing that. There's gonna be some people that are gonna see it and they're gonna say that's a good idea. I'm gonna do that too. There's gonna be a lot of different bands about it. What I like though is that the current rule set allows for coaching in between sets. I think it's important to have coaching because the thing is that our rule set is put in a way where like, I mean, at the end of the day we're competing, right? But the end goal for competing is that we want to see the game get pushed to the maximum level. Yeah. And I think that by banning coaching, you're essentially banning a crucial part of competition, because if you notice with traditional sports, and a lot of people say, oh, please don't make a comparison between traditional sports and esports, but I am going to make the comparison because at the end of the day, a lot of what we're doing, we are actually emulating sports. Yeah. We're emulating their system, their rankings. We're doing a lot of things a la sports. And the fact that we want to make a living competing in games is very much alike athletes competing, in sports. And at the same time, I'm recognized, for example, as an athlete. They don't say this is a gamer athlete. No. They say this man is an athlete. Right. That's what my title says. So I think it's important for people to understand that. And on the same page, by banning coaching, you're gonna just forfeit a big part that people can use to improve the game. Because if you look at boxing, you look at football, you look at soccer, you look at almost any sport, you name it. They don't have one coach, they have two, they have three, they have four. Yeah. They have a bunch of coaches. They have psychologists, they have analysts, they have a lot of teams. There's a big team behind this very big sports personalities, the teams. So I think us, banning it just because we don't want to delay the matches a minute, 30 seconds. Yeah. That's just negligible, I think that's just negligible. Because at the end of the day, not everyone in top 8 is going to have a coach. Maybe they all do, but at the same time, I like the rule where it's like 30 seconds or a minute between sets. I think that's reasonable. That's a good compromise. in between this, in the middle of the set. I like that because you can actually see, like, for example, what if you know, I was playing someone and I lose the first game, and then I have my, you know, then Pierce comes in and gives me some really good advice, and then I win the rest of the set 3-1. You know, I play 20 times better. You know, you know, just kind of things can happen. You know, and it's like, somebody might say, oh, but it's a one-on-one competition. You know, it's all about you and the opponent. But look at boxing; they definitely have a coach every round. Every time there's a round, you have like a minute. I think it's a minute. With coaches, you know, feeding you information. You have an analyst. You have your sports scout. Everything. You know, so it's. I think we're making a step in the right direction. There's gonna be some people that are gonna resist change, but I think that if the rules allow it, then it's just gonna become part of the game. So that's why I'm happy with the new rule set allowing it to be.
Okay. Yeah, no, I definitely agree. And I like the distinction you talked about, like, and I do think sometimes people can be kind of unfair in terms of where, like, oh, like, why are you comparing, like, esports to what's going on in sports? Because the thing about it is people needed to make a distinction about, you are comparing the beginning of esports in terms of where we're going to the beginning of sports. Not necessarily just for sports exactly where it is now, but you're talking about how it grew, how it came to be, how roles came to be, like, defined. And so I think in that capacity, you're absolutely right. And it's funny too, because there's a lot of players out there already who kind of have, like, I would say, like a soft coach, I guess, in terms of, like, you have these people who are kind of in those roles. You know, they may be,
but they're not official.
Yeah, they're not official, right? You may have some people, like, if I'm a character specialist, like, say Trela and Ryu, right? Or you have Locust and Ryu. You have people, like, they're finding out a ton of stuff, but there's also people in Discords, on character boards and Smash boards, who are also feeding them information, talking about general things, talking about general matchups and stuff, and they're able to take that and add to that, you know, create it in their own way, and then move forward. And a lot of that stuff does help people. So absolutely, it elevates the game, and it's something that people are kind of already do, but it just hasn't been refined.
Besides, to be honest with you, it makes the game look a lot more legit.
Yeah. Oh,
it just makes it look a lot more legit, because if I'm showing my dad like a competitive Smash 4 match, let's say we're so far ahead that now we have analysts, we have statistics, we have, you know, professional casting, professional production. We have we have literally coaching between like at some point in the middle of the set. Like, my dad's gonna be like, oh wow, you know, like, because my dad doesn't follow any Smash related. You know, this will be like, I'm talking about in the future, like, showing him first time, you know, he'll literally look at it and he'll be like, wow, these people have coaches and they have all this, you know, this is pretty serious, you know, this is not just them playing a game, you know. So I think everything that makes the game look more legit, anything that elevates the competition field and just helps us establish our game as more than, you know, as, you know, because people use the term game to kind of not offend, but like downgrade what we're doing. It's just a game, you know, but it's more than, it is a game, but it is more than a game. More than just a game. So
absolutely.
I think that helps.
I mean, I think that once you plug people into it, becomes far more than just that, you know.
It's easier to understand once you actually pay just a little bit of attention to it. Because remember, there's a lot of people that don't do sports, don't do traditional sports, you know, but they understand, you know, that takes a lot of skill, that takes a lot of time, you know. I can respect that, you know. We're still getting to that point with esports, you know. Some people are starting to see that, but it's not widely accepted, you know. We have ESPN, you know, approving what we're doing, you know. We have Rebel Esports, you know, helping us with Smash stuff and whatnot, you know. So it's, everything is helping it, you know, look more legit if you have all these awesome companies, you know, actually giving us like their time of the day, you know.
No, absolutely. You know, and that's, like you said, it's something where people need to look at it and be like, okay, it's something that, it's not only that makes it look more official, but it makes it more official, right? Like, it's not like just, oh, it seems like it's making it more legit. Like, it does make it more legit, you know. So no, absolutely. Speaking of doing, man, let's get into these games. All right, let's play a couple games. I'm sitting down with you. You are the best player in the world, so I gotta see it. I gotta see your game.
Man, you still play Sonic?
And I play Sonic. I play Bale.
Who's your best character?
I would say, honestly, I still think that Sonic's my best character. Even
So you're still a Sonic player.
it makes me upset, man. I've tried so hard with Bale, and I love Bale. I've found out a lot of stuff with her, but I guess Sonic's in my heart. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Let me see.
Have I ever played in a tournament?
I
think we played once.
We played once. We played at, what was that tournament?
UGC, the locals. UGC locals.
No. It was a final. It was remember the one like up in? It was here. It was in LA.
Center of the Universe.
No, it was like final. It was something like super packed. Clash tournaments was
Final
down there.
battle.
Yes.
Final battle.
Yes.
So I play you losers.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
you were part of the Zero Grim Reaper that
Yeah,
day.
dude.
That was another Zero losers bracket run.
Yeah, man.
From round one,
Yeah.
300 men tournament.
Yeah.
From round one, bringing it all the way back to win
I was a
2 sets
casualty.
of grants.
I was a casualty.
At 4 a.m. At 4
Yeah.
you were a casualty.
Oh
that
my
day.
gosh, that was ridiculous. I could not believe that's how it went down, man.
It literally went down like that.
Yeah.
I literally said, you know what? I need to beat 17 players in this stupid losers because I literally lost. Well, I didn't get lost. Actually, I did not lose that day.
Yeah, you did not lose
I got
at all.
DQ. I got
Yes,
DQ
you got
for
DQ.
playing friendlies.
Yes.
So, yeah. So imagine first round of the entire everything. You're losers. That was like I think I had to win like 16 sets or everything. I literally beat all of SoCal that day.
Yeah.
All SoCal, and then Nara at the end.
Yeah. SoCal got put on notice. that was crazy, man. You know what's funny? I always remember. I think I told you the story before. I don't know if you remember, but I always remember the first time I played you.
Okay.
It was actually in a money match at your first Apex.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Wait,
So-
2012?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. We played like super long ago, and I remember we played a money match, and then I think we went to like game 5, and then where was it? Yeah, like so we went game 5, and I was just like, dude, like it was funny because initially playing, I'm like, oh, I wonder if he's like played like tons of Sonics, and then as you're going to the we're going through the set, I'm like, dude, this guy learns so quickly, like it's freaking crazy. And then I remember talking to Larry afterwards because I had gone with Larry, and Larry's just like, yeah, this guy is gonna be insane. Like the way that I've seen him like throughout like the course of the tournament, even like when you were playing like matches and all stuff like that. The way that you were picking up information was like insane. Like, and it was just like, I'm like, yeah, dude, this guy's actually gonna be the truth.
And then
and lo and behold,
years later.
Yeah, years later. So like, I always remember that. I was like, yeah, this guy, this guy knows what's up.
Yeah, I didn't win that Apex, but I
Yeah.
think I learned so much, and it kind of shaped me up to be a good player.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So like, yeah, that Apex was super hype. I was like, yes, this is time.
You also play Sonic and Brawl too?
Yeah.
Oh my god, you've been through the struggle.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Trust me, man. All the hardship.
You know, I actually played X in Brawl.
Yeah, I remember.
That's
Me and X. You know he's tried to play this game too, right?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he went to a tournament in Vegas one time.
Yeah. He really wants to play it, but he still hasn't gotten a hold of this Sonic. And
Really?
I'm like, yeah, I told him, like, dude, this Sonic's so much better. Like, you gotta do it. Oh gosh. I don't want to die. Yep.
I give you space.
Yeah, I know. The clean whiff punish.
So I didn't fast forward because I didn't want to get back here.
Oh.
I was hoping you would be IN.
Yeah.
I play Sonic. I
Yeah,
know about the pivot. I know about the pivot. I
Classic, you know?
I know about the pivot.
Yeah.
I've actually played every single Sonic player tournament.
Have you really?
Yes, I played Ken.
Yeah.
I played Como. I played Manny. I played you. I played Phoenix. I played 6WX.
Oh, Bayo died.
I played Wrath.
think so. Who's the best? Then? Who do you feel is the
They're
best?
all different at different things.
Yeah, they are. They are.
I think the best overall Sonic player is Ken. I think he's the most. I think he's the most balancedly best.
I can see that.
Wes is the best at like Diddy. He's the best at fighting Diddy.
Yeah.
He's the best at fighting like characters that he plays all the time. He's definitely the best at like
Yeah.
fighting all those weird characters. Como is more like counterpick Sonic, you know.
Yeah.
So the matchups that he knows how to play Sonic, you know, he's very proficient at.
Yeah.
But he obviously has a better taste of like playing more Cloud generally,
Yeah.
from what I can tell. He also has like played some other characters too, like Bayonetta. Like he tried Bayonetta against me too.
Ooh, how'd that go?
3-1. He tried out Zero Saga.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I remember now.
Yeah, that was
He
crazy.
like, yeah. That's funny because like I actually miss Como's Sonic. Like really miss it. But I don't know if he's ever gonna like start playing again.
I think I should have loved you.
Oh, yeah.
So see, I don't like charging limit the whole way. I like to keep it like this, maybe,
Yeah.
and then I can side B in the neutral.
Ooh, that makes sense. That's good.
And then if I get hit, I can just charge it. So now I have limit.
I think that's good too because then like for a lot of people as well, like you know you start playing the game a whole lot differently when you see like you know obviously going blue like oh there's that limit.
They play a little different. Sometimes better, sometimes worse.
Yeah. Oh, I'm dead. So what do you feel about this matchup overall? 'Cause I actually remember the last time you were down here and Como was there, and you were asking him about the matchup. He thought that Bayo and Cloud was even. And I think at that time you had said that you weren't sure if it was even or not. Or like, how do you feel about it now?
I think Bayonetta is one of Cloud's very few bad matchups.
Okay.
I think Cloud has 2 bad matchups only. I think he loses to Sheik.
Mm-hmm.
I think he loses to Bayonetta. I think that's it.
Okay.
I think every other matchup Cloud is very proficient at and good enough to win.
Yeah.
You know, maybe Diddy is a little troublesome for some Cloud players because some Cloud players don't have a sense of item control.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like Cloud just has enough tools to like not really be a huge disadvantage. I just feel like Bayonetta and Sheik are just really uncomfortable for Cloud to fight.
Yeah. Yeah, cause I know that he used to think that at one time. I'm not sure if he still thinks that. Oh my gosh, that was tight. No.
I got greedy.
Oh.
Always greedy.
That was hyper greedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried that. Alright, so late.
Oh.
Totally dead.
You threw that upper.
I know.
You should have just stayed there.
I believed. You know, every time, so I have like that's such a bad habit because I play with War Chief. I know you say 2G War Chief, and he always plays Falco. So I always do that because of the way Falco's like up air is. When she like because she does a reverse, like it'll make the up air whiff, and then like I'll hit him with the up air afterwards. But then like obviously Cloud's like nah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
you can't do that.
like that. But
Don't do that.
yeah, not at all, not at all. Oh, the mark.
Yeah, you've been practicing more.
Oh what? Oh, I gotta play my heart then. My heart character.
Okay, what's your hard character? Roy.
Yeah, of course. So you know, man. But I always get bodied with him.
Roy just gets combo too hard.
Yeah, man.
He has a good punishment, but
Yeah.
he gets combo too hard.
Yeah.
He's like a fox without the mobility.
Yeah.
I don't really know.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, that killed.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
What? What was that?
You got horse.
That's why I don't play Roy, man.
You got horse.
Oh god, I know, dude.
You got actually horse.
Dude, Roy. The character makes me so sad.
Does he?
He does. I want to play him, but like, he hurts my heart. He's a heartbreaker, man. He's absolutely the heartbreaker.
He has nothing that's like broken. That's what it is.
I think Zan said it best. Zan believes that Roy is just he's that character where he's just like a bad joke. Like you look at all this stuff and you're like, oh man, this character could be good, but there's just no punchline. Just that's it.
No punch.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Marth is actually when Marth gets an advantage situation on you.
Yeah.
He's like one of the best characters.
Yeah, it's actually good. Oh no, is that how my life ends?
Yeah. The surprise quarter.
What?
The surprise quarter.
No. Why? Oh, man. Too good, man. You do good. You might just be the best in the world. Just baby.
No, dude. No.
Anyways, thank you so much for coming on, my friend. I hope to have you on many more times.
Of course, man.
Like I said before, it's so great to see what you've been doing, not just like in the game, but outside of the game. And like I said before, like time and time again, you've set a lot of precedents. And so now that we're in the year that a lot of people are just like, this is a year of Smash, right? So I'm very excited to see that what you're gonna do throughout this year.
Well, hopefully it's my best year so far. I always go into every year with like the best possible mindset, you know. And worst case scenario is always 2018.
Yeah, right. It's always next year.
All right, well, thank you so much.
Of course, man.
Thank
Of
you so
course.
much.
Anyways, guys, that's gonna be all for our Final Destination segment. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please be sure to fill out that comment section below. If there's anything you want TSM Zero to see, of course, follow this man. If you're not, I don't know why you're even here. It doesn't make any sense to me, but you should be following this man. Guys, hope you enjoyed, and most importantly, have a damn good day.